Because while Dan is playing, he can't see that I'm just dancing.
Oh, why wouldn't you be? This jazzy music here.
I'm a really bad dancer, so it's great.
Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani. Good times. And today we're playing a Commodore 64 game with some pretty kicking tunes. So we're going to be checking out Stormlord on Commodore 64.
Indeed.
Clearly, Ian was blown away by it, but yeah. So I guess you'd call this a side-scrolling puzzle platformer. I do want to warn people this was clearly aimed at a, I would say, adolescent male audience. So I think I will probably have put a warning in front of this one. I mean, you can't really see anything because it's a Commodore 64 game, but let's just say there's some suggestive things in it, and we'll find that out now as we play it.
I suggest we get right into it.
Yep. So yeah, we already got the music going. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. Yes, we want to use a joystick. So you can see why I put the warning already in front of this episode. Oops. So so fun, Commodore is one-button joysticks. I press up to jump.
Down.
I sure can't.
The game audio.
No. Thanks, Ian.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to hear you much.
I mean, distracting me here. We've gone over this, Ian. I can't turn down the game audio without also turning down your audio.
Alright. Oh, you're right into playing the game.
I'm just going into it, yeah. And I'm playing super sloppy today. I did better at this last night when I was doing a test recording. You can see so here I've rescued the first fairy. I have to do 5 in the first level.
You have to rescue the damsels in distress.
Yes, there are mystical fairies. So let's see. What do I want to do here?
Jump.
I'm gonna look a little farther this direction. Okay, so here are the bees. Oh, that's looking a little dangerous. All right, we're gonna check and see what's over here. You do have to be careful getting on these things because I guess some of them actually can send you into dead end areas. So since I have the umbrella, this rain will not hurt me.
However, geyser balls will.
Yeah. Oh. I guess I should have been shooting. Okay, I don't think I can go any further this way. I'm glad they only come from in front of me. That would be kind of unfair. Oh boy. I might have to start over. We'll see. Yep.
Wouldn't have to start over if you could rewind.
Yeah, well. That's okay. Actually, can I just, oh no, why would I be able to type? That's silly. Also, are there no, uppercase letters, whatever. Anyhow, Ian, why don't you, go through, some of the facts that I collected while I'm attempting to concentrate on what I'm doing.
Okay. There they are. So, facts. This game was designed by, we believe it's pronounced Raphael Cecco.
Possibly.
Cecco.
Yeah, we're probably mangling that. We're very sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit of a foreign spelling to me. and I couldn't find enough about the guy's background to tailor my pronunciation.
Yeah, no, nothing I saw mentioned how to pronounce it. I guess they kind of just assumed you'd know.
Well, now I couldn't find like where his family came from.
Yeah, I didn't see
Which,
that either.
like, if I knew his heritage, I could
right.
fix that. So they actually made this at home, freelancing. And this was also, so it was designed by Raphael Checo and Nick Jones. With Checo leading off on the EX Spectrum and Jones bringing it to the Commodore 64, which I believe is the version you're playing, right?
This is the version I'm playing, yes. I'm playing the Commodore 64 version. Which has this awesome music. Ah, boo. These things are really annoyingly difficult to dodge.
Oh. Apparently, late in the game, or late in development, they removed an energy system in favor of one-hit deaths for greater control in designing the obstacles he will face.
Yeah, I quoted that because I'm like, what?
And the Genesis version gave the fairies clothes.
Yes. But we're not playing that because I don't have it. I mentioned that would have sound effects and music, but that's fine. So here we're going to see how, we've already seen, obviously, some of the obvious stuff that...
all right, certainly that the music
with
that
items.
just kicked in is a vibe.
Like how the yeah, right, how the keys work and stuff. But check this action out. I'm going to grab this key and put the honey there. And now the bees that came over to the honey, and I can get over to this fairy without dying. Yes, I would have if I'd been able to jump faster. It's a little bit awkward to have to, first, Commodore 64 had one button, use one button sticks, so let's give that one more try. I didn't want to cheat. I felt like I could do it myself, but the other thing to be aware of course, is that the sun that goes to the moon, that's your time limit. So if it gets all the way to the moon, then you fail.
That's an interesting timing system.
Yeah. So you can see as I've marked off on my notes, what he decided to do is like he just had like normal numerical things in his previous games, and for this game he decided to kind of change things up by having this by drawing this graphical HUD here.
Oh, so another thing, this was originally released in June of 1989.
Yep, so late 80s game.
So it's old. That's what, 32 years?
Yeah, the Commodore 64 had a pretty actually had a pretty long life in Europe. So at a point where people weren't really playing Commodore 64 anymore in the US, it was still pretty popular in Europe. Partly because of like just how cheaply games could be gotten on cassette.
Again, games on cassette is such a wild concept. Like, we've played that stuff, and it's weird.
I think this is the first time we've actually played something that run on cassette. Yeah, fortunately, since we're playing on emulation, it was able to speed up the loading. Normally, we'd have to wait several minutes. Move too close.
Didn't we play something on a Texas Instrument computer that was a tape game, or
I brought it up, but we didn't actually play any of them.
Oh, okay.
Because of how long it takes them to load. Like, it's a text adventure too, so I know what's up with these disappearing platforms. I don't like them.
What, you never just had a platform disappear on you?
Yeah, look at that. Like, right, drop me right on that enemy. Alright, so let's see if I can do this properly this time. I gotta move right away. It's a little bit, there we go. It can be a little bit sluggish.
Bees?
As I mentioned earlier, you have to you have to use up to jump because, of course, you know, we had the one button control on. Dang. Oh boy. Oh boy. Gotta use that invincibility. Ah. Come on, so close.
What's amusing is while Dan is playing, he can't see that I'm just dancing.
Oh, why wouldn't you be? This jazzy music here.
I'm a really bad dancer, so it's great.
Do have this powered up attack. I don't. Everything seems to die in one hit. Oh, boo. That was mean. Oh, that's not actually a platform. Okay.
I like how it alternates between, like, fire blasts and daggers.
Yeah, so you get the daggers if you hold the button down. I just haven't been bothering to do it too much because everything seems to die in one hit anyway. Ah. Oh,
honey.
So close. I give it one more try. I want to see. I see if I can. It looks like I'm getting pretty close to being with levels. So.
Ha! Nick Jones has the high score. That's
haha. He would better. He made the game. But yeah, I saw he actually. Not only did he go into work at Shiny Entertainment, because apparently, so both of these guys had previously worked at a company called Microgen. That was, I guess, kind of short-lived. But while there, you know, they met. Oh God, Dave Perry. So of course we talked about Dave Perry before because he was one of the influential guy behind things like a couple of things we played before, like Earthworm Jim. And
not related
also,
to Steve Perry, though.
No.
A musician.
But he, you know, worked on some pretty classic games. Very talented programmer. It's the Aladdin. Aladdin is the other game we played that he worked on. Aladdin for Genesis. But, you know, at some point he went to the U.S. to work there, and eventually, what was it, Nick Jones, right?
Yes.
So he would move to the U.S. to work with Dave Perry at his company, Shiny Entertainment. So he actually worked on Earthworm Jim. He actually did the Super Nintendo ports of both the first two Earthworm Jim games. And afterward, he worked on visual concepts, where he worked on things like the original NFL 2K. So let's get ready to kill some things. Yeah, this is really catchy music. This is, I gotta say.
Like, right when it kicks in right there, it's just like, bam.
Yeah, so we were finally seeing, like, one of the real appeals of the Commodore 64, which is just this, like, absolutely, it's, the synthesizer the system had. I mean, they're doing the best they can to emulate it here.
I dance like a raver, but I've never been to a raver.
But the sound chip on the Commodore 64 was actually like part analog, which why it had such a unique sound.
Neat. I'm all about things with unique sound.
Yeah. All right, let's kill these guys. Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like I have to go in this door to get the last fairy. There we go.
That's all the fairies.
Yes, so there we go. I have completed the first level, and now I'm in the bonus stage. So I have to shoot hearts at these fairies and collect the teardrops for points. And then we'll see if we can figure out the second stage, and if we can't, that'll be a good stopping point. So it kind of demonstrated, though, how you have to use these various items and swap them around to accomplish things.
There'd just be giant skulls around.
Yeah. That's because giant skulls are metal. That was awkward. Did I just get killed by a pawn? That's weird.
It looks more like a doorknob.
Yeah, I don't even know. Alright, so I got honey, so I gotta figure out where I can use the honey. Ooh! Wow, we just moved into a whole new phase in the music. That's nuts. I guess I can always come back and get the honey again. Now I got these boots which allow me to jump higher.
Oh wait,
yeah, I don't know if I can
I'll do the rave
stage.
thing. Hold on. I can do this. I'll mute my mic so you don't have to hear this.
Alright. That was it. That's as far as I can go, I think. So there we go. As far as Commodore 64 games, I think that was pretty good audiovisually.
I mean, it had a bopping soundtrack.
Yes, the soundtrack was amazing. That's the first thing I noticed. Like, so I got that Commodore 64 or the C64 Forever package, that free software that Clemento has on their website that you can like download a Commodore 64 emulator with a bunch of games that they have supposedly gotten the rights to distribute with it. Though it kind of bothers it. Kind of interesting that they all seem to be cracked versions. I don't know if that's just them being lazy and downloading whatever they can find on the internet, figuring it's good enough, but
the world may never know.
Anyhow, so I was messing with it, and I'm like, Stormlord, that sounds cool. And I booted it up, and I hear the music, and I'm like, this is pretty awesome.
It's definitely a bopping soundtrack. Like, I could genuinely see, like, if you took that game, and you like that could be a good base if you stayed true to the music, especially, and the atmosphere. That could be a good base for a modern reboot of it.
Yeah, I think it's a really good example of the unique sound of the Commodore 64.
Yeah,
just the way the music sounds, like it doesn't sound like any other platform.
No,
like other chiptunes on any other system, they don't have that unique.
A chiptune by any other name.
Yeah. So that's one reason I'm glad we played it. I think the graphics are decent. Of course, he didn't. Neither of the programmers drew the graphics themselves for this one. They had an artist that worked for the publisher put those together. It's funny, actually. I guess there was originally a different design for the main character, but the publisher came up with a cover that didn't look like that, so they had to go in and change the character in the game to look like the cover. That's
funny.
The publisher commissioned. So that's fun. Well, the graphics are decent. I would say like the biggest flaw of the game is just it gets really hard really fast. Like I just got immediately destroyed as soon as I got to stage 2.
Get wrecked!
And apparently it's only 4 stages long.
Wrecked!
So that's kind of rough. That seems to be something you see a lot with British games. Like, hey, they're super cheap on cassette, so they have to keep you playing them somehow.
Get wrecked!
Yes, that's pretty much how they did play value by making them very hard.
Which is just something I just don't find amusing these days.
Yeah. So since that was a cracked version, it does come with a trainer. I could have turned on infinite lives, but that kind of goes in the other direction and makes the game too easy. With it only being 4 levels, I probably could have then like beaten it in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
like that time we ran through Kirby.
Yeah. Fortunately that's a really well put together game, so you can play it again and again.
Well, yeah, it's Kirby.
Yeah.
I wish I had easier access to Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland because I know that's just a remake of another game, but it was a really good game.
You do have easy access to the game as a remake of.
Yeah, but it's Nightmare and Dreamland was just mwah.
I don't know,
Oh,
dude. Don't you still have a DS? Do you not have the
I don't have that old of a DS.
uh
I would need to go out of my way and acquire some things.
yeah, that's a shame.
Also, to be honest, if I was gonna do that, I'd be trying to figure out a way I could stream it too.
Yeah, I don't know. If money were no object, I'm sure we could get something, but money is an object. I don't want to anybody can just like, run a ROM in an emulator, so I try not to do that for I mean, yes, that is what we just did, but everything was legit there. The emulator was legit. I got the ROM illegally.
See,
I didn't
here's the
just buy
thing.
something on the internet.
Here's the thing. Here's my feeling about ROMs and stuff with older games in particular. If the game is not easily accessible anywhere else, it deserves to be ROMmed. It deserves to be emulated because even just purely for preservation.
Yeah, there's
Like I can't get
companies aren't
Nightmare on
saving these
Dreamland.
things. So.
Why can't I get Nightmare on Dreamland on my 3DS?
You can't. Oh,
No.
yeah, I think that was a technical thing, getting Game Boy Advance games to run on it.
Yeah. Like it just it seems weird. I don't you know what if the
If
only
it,
way you can play something is to emulate it, especially if it's old, who cares? If it's not actively still in production, you're not taking money out of someone's pocket.
I want to be careful about what I actually say because we're on camera right now and this is going out on the internet. So
Well, yeah, that's why I say specifically in specific instances. You know what I mean?
I will say just don't just
Don't just
pirate
download things
things,
willy nilly.
because that's
Yeah,
you're taking money out of people's mouths like that. That's
yeah, but Game Boy
there's
Advance cartridges haven't been being made for some time.
I mean,
You
you
know?
can still buy them on Wii U if you have a Wii U, or if you want to
Yeah,
buy a used Wii U.
yeah, but who owns a Wii U?
I'm just saying, it's an option. Hopefully Nintendo will put them on the Switch in some manner. I don't know why they don't. They own all these. They own a lot of games, so it's not like it would cost them money to add it to the subscription service.
No, but beyond that,
I know
that was an interesting game.
Yeah, and hey, as far as I know, you can legally play it for free by downloading the C64 Forever package.
You wouldn't download a Commodore 64.
Yeah, though if you don't want to spend the money on it, I would maybe recommend extracting and they give you the tools to do this, extracting the tape file from the little proprietary package they put it in, and just like using Vice, the latest version of Vice, to run it, because then you can actually put it in full screen. But maybe you don't care about that, and you'll want to use their nice, easy to use front end. So your mileage may vary. We since we're recording it, I need more control over how the game was displayed, which is why I'm extracting the ROMs that were included in. Well, we're using ROM as a general term, but the files that were included in using them in an external emulator. But
so you were assuming direct control.
Yes, I did that. But I know you can try this yourself pretty easily. There is a sequel, which I believe is also included in the C64 Forever package, so you can see if that's better. Other options is we did briefly mention the Genesis port, which does cover up the fairies. Not that you can really see anything anyway. I think maybe the Amiga version, you might be able to see a nipple, oh no. But we have to be careful because, YouTube has rules about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a Genesis version. You might be able to track that down. See how they handled the music, converting it to FM. Yeah, things like that. I mean, you can see what you think. There's there was a pretty big library of games on Commodore 64. What with it being popular in the U.S. and then continuing to be popular in Europe, and a lot of people put out cheap games on cassette. So, I mean, maybe someday I'll get a good price on an actual system. But for now, we've got this and with Mini, so we'll continue checking in Commodore 64 games from time to time.
Time after time.
Yes. But anyhow, if you enjoyed Stormlord and its rockin' soundtrack, make sure you give this episode a like. You want to catch future episodes to see if they also have rockin' soundtracks, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I've been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at NewTechCool.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at IanG Butterfield. You can find the show at Retro Game CNCT, Facebook.com/Retro Game Connect, and Retro Game Connect Tumblr.com. You can also find me on Twitch, geek_lord_42. I live stream at kind of random times, but keep up on my Twitter and on the Twitch, and you'll find out. Let us know what you thought of the games we play. Let us know if there are any games you'd like us to play. We can get our hands on them. We might just play them. Or we might just throw them at naked fairies. I could make that happen.
Yeah,
I have the technology.
They might prefer it. I don't know. But most importantly, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.